Jackson High School parents and students to the first ever Freshman Drive-In Celebration. Let's hear those horns out there.
Is it not working?
Hey, just a reminder, we got a great program for you today, and please make sure that you are tuned in to 99.1 FM to hear the rest of this program. We got a great group of students, teachers, admin, all out here ready to welcome you to Jackson High School and the Pack. But before we begin, first and foremost, we want to assure you that we'll be there for you. Hang tight, we got it coming for you. Hey, and just like we'll be there for you, our tech team today is here for us. Can we give a huge round of honks to them and all their work today? And now, introducing your 2020-2021 Jackson High School Admin Team. Starting at guard, by day our German teacher, but also by day our Monica and your administrative intern, Dan Hessa. At forward and overseeing ASB and as captivating as Joey Tribbiani, your 9th grade assistant principal, and yours truly, Everett. Also at forward, your JHS athletic director and 10th grade administrator with the grace of Rachel Green. Please welcome Eddie Mondale. And also at guard, your safety and 11th grade administrator with the intoxicating laugh of Phoebe Buffet. Please give it up for Michelle Ruben. Starting at center, our technology and 12th grade administrator with the brains of Dr. Geller, it's him, Section Power! And finally, the head coach, and though he no longer has the flock of seagulls hair Chandler, we still love him anyway, your Jackson High School principal, Mr. Lance Welcome, Jackson freshmen and family. Let's hear those horns again. Let's go. We are so excited to invite you here, to welcome you, connect you to this amazing school, Jackson High School. You represent the next generation of Timberwolves, and we are so happy that you have come out this morning to celebrate your connection to our school. And we know that this is different. If I had been told in February that on a Saturday morning I'd be welcoming my freshmen in a parking lot, I would have wondered what I had done wrong. But the truth is, here we are, and we are not afraid to meet the challenge of this year. We are determined to use our professionalism, our creativity, our problem solving, and our sheer desire to make sure that this is an exceptional year for everyone at Jackson High School. And on the way in, you were given a sign, "What I Bring," because each and every freshman that's sitting in their car right now brings something unique, something that's you, something that is part of what is going to make Jackson great. So I want to see, do we have some signs out there with "What I Bring"? Because what I bring is optimism. There's my Jackson students right over there on the side. They're bringing energy, science, optimism, love. And we want to make sure we give a huge shout out to the students who are here today with us. We have our fabulous Link crew. Make some noise for our Link crew. And we have our amazing Key Club service orientation, wonderful group of kids. Give them some honks. And I also want to thank the staff members who have come out today, because they, like all of us, want to do everything we can to reach across that divide, make the connections, and make this year an exceptional year. Not a year where we just get by, but a year where we become exceptional in how we do this work. I want to welcome you to this event. Again, my name is Mr. Bell, the proud principal of Jackson High School. Welcome to our freshman event. Make some noise!
Hey, one more time, give it up for your Jackson High School administrative team! And now, introducing some of the people that you'll get to know throughout your 4 years who can be incredibly important to you and help you out, our JHS counseling staff. All right, if you are with the last name A through CH, you have Miss Leslie Tucker. Last name CHE through GOU, Mr. Jonathan Garrett. Last name GR through KLO, Mr. Alfred Kane. KN through NAU is Miss Sarah Williams. NAB through SAL is Mr. Paul Turner. SAM through STA is Miss Sarah Burdick. And finally, STE through Z is Mrs. Leanne Gray. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the reason a lot of us are here. We're all about the students, and these are your student leaders. Let's introduce the Jackson High School ASB for 2020-2021 school year, your executive officers.
Hey freshmen, I'm Arnav Sood, your ASB president, and I'm so glad you guys are out here today. With me, I have our executive activities coordinator, Claire Kim, and so we're going to be telling you guys a little bit about ASB's goal this year. This year, we want to make sure school feels as normal as it can possibly feel, and we want to make sure all of you feel comfortable at Jackson High School. And so if you're interested in joining ASB and being a part of student government, forms are going up on the website Monday, September 21st. That's in 2 days. Forms are going up on the website, and so fill out those forms. And on those forms, there's also more information about what ASB is and what we do. So yeah, fill out those forms if you're interested. And one last thing, these are our social media. So these are our Instagram handles. Please follow these accounts if you can. If you don't have Instagram, it's absolutely fine, but we definitely recommend you getting one because it helps you stay connected with ASB and with the school at JHS Wolfpack and at Jackson HS 2024. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you guys soon, and we love you. We love you, freshmen.
Hi guys, my name is Maddie Ong, and I'm a member of your Link Crew Officer Board this year. So Link Crew is a club that is focused on helping you guys be welcomed into Jackson. Some of our advisors are Mr. Gaddick over there. Can we give him some honks? We're going to be keeping in touch with you guys this whole school year and make sure that all of us have an awesome year.
All right, hey, let's give it up one more time. First off, our Link Crew, where are ya? Our ASB! And finally, the largest student-led club at Jackson High School, where you can volunteer as a freshman, make some new friends, and get comfortable with your community. Give it up for the people in the yellow and black, your Key Club! And now, for our first game of the afternoon, it is my pleasure to reintroduce our athletic director and assistant principal, Miss Danny Mundell.
Alright, so I'm going to very quickly explain the game. Freshmen, you are going to tell your driver whether you want them to turn on their right blinker or their left blinker. Once you've made your selection, I'm going to flip this coin, and whichever way it lands will have heads be a right blinker. Whichever way it lands, if your blinker is on, you stay in the game. If you selected the other blinker, you're going to be out. If you're still in, you'll play another round with us. As we finish up the game, we'll have our ASB students passing out t-shirts to the winning students. So freshmen, tell your driver right now, do you want them to turn on their hazard lights? Always got to be one of them. Tell them whether you want to turn on your left blinker or your right blinker. I'm waiting for blinkers before I flip the coin. Going to give you a second. If it lands on heads, it's right blinker. Tails. So if your left blinker is on right now, you're still in the game. If your left blinker's on, you're still in the game. Freshmen, tell your driver what your choice is. And a flip. Tails, again, left blinkers. If your left blinker's on, you're still in the game. I'm going to do one more round. Freshmen, tell your driver which blinker would you like. Here we go. Tails again, left blinkers. If your left blinker is still on, keep your left blinker on, and our ASB students will be delivering a t-shirt to your car. So if you won, keep your left blinker on, and our ASB students will give you a t-shirt. Thanks everybody for playing. I'm going to introduce our admin intern, Miss Hessa.
Welcome, Timberwolves. As Timberwolves, we are part of a pack, and that pack means something to us. We are proud, we are aware, and we are kind. You heard about Key Club. The biggest club at Jackson High School is all about volunteering. We see here our Link Crew, leadership, making sure you guys are here with us the whole way. ASB, tying it all together. And now you're part of the pack too. Miss Renee is going to be coming up and talking about equity, to talk about how the pack is for all of you.
Welcome, freshmen. It's really great to have you here. Just wanted to tell you a little story. It's a true story. A couple days ago, I got a call from a 2018 graduate. And I've been in touch with this person since he graduated, but I hadn't heard from him for a while with the COVID and all that stuff. And he said, hey, Miss Renee, can I take you to dinner? And I said, what do you mean, take me to dinner? He's like, do you want to, let's meet, I want to buy you dinner. And I said, oh, okay. So we met last night in Mill Creek. And he came to us, this was a student that came to us as a sophomore. His freshman year, he was at a different high school in a different district and was kicked out of school. And they said, we don't want you here. We don't want to have anything to do with you, goodbye. So he happened to have a aunt that lived in the Mill Creek area, and so he moved in with her and came to Jackson High School to start his high school career. And he said, had I stayed at the school I was at before, I would have never made it. And he said, when I came to Jackson, I was sort of like, oh my goodness, I think I'm not going to do it. He just didn't have any confidence in his ability to be a student, and more importantly, probably to be accepted. He's a student of color, came from a very diverse background, and came from a family of legitimate gang members. And he just grew up in that environment, and that's who he was as well. I happened to see him in the cafeteria the first day of his sophomore year, and it was by chance that I met him. It was my first year at Jackson High School, and I heard my name. Someone screaming out, hey, Miss Renee, Miss Renee. And I thought, nobody knows me. Who is this? And I walked up to a table, and it happened to be a student that I had worked with in the Bellevue School District the previous year, and he had moved, coincidentally, to the Mill Creek area and was at Jackson High School. And he happened to be sitting next to the student that I'm talking about. So that's how I got to meet him. Anyway, 3 years went by. He was a football player. He did fairly well in school. The first year he was there, it took him a while to feel sort of comfortable, new environment, and he was just expecting that he was going to be treated the way he'd been treated at the previous school. That didn't happen. All of his teachers embraced him. All of his counselor embraced him. The administrative team embraced him. Everyone said, hey, you're a part of the pack now. You're a Timberwolf, and we take care of our people. He graduated in 2018. He is now finishing his last year at Bellevue College. His parents never graduated from high school. College was never anything that he thought he would be able to do. He's going to finish there. He's going to transfer to a school in Utah where he's hoping to start a career with the CIA. He's got lots of big goals and dreams. And last night he said to me, Miss Renee, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you because I wouldn't have these dreams and I wouldn't be here without, not just me, he said, without Jackson High School. This was not about me. This was really about everyone who embraced him and took care of him and loved him and knew that he could do whatever he wanted to do. So what I'm saying to you is, if you come to us from a different sort of background, you come to us from another country, you come to us speaking other languages, we want you, we love diversity. That makes our group stronger, it makes our pack stronger, and we want you to know that we will take care of you and we'll do whatever you need. So welcome to the pack. Thank you. Mr. Tower is now going to talk about failure.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Renee. Yes, in fact, I am going to talk to you about failure. I've been asked up here to say a few words about what does it take to have academic success. And I thought, well, you probably know all the usual things that people talk about. Have your laptop charged, make sure you've got a designated time and place to study at home. All those usual things you guys have probably heard many, many times before. So I thought, what's one thing that's really, really important about success that most people don't know about? And that's failure. The truth is, failing is one of the most important steps towards success. And it seems contradictory, but there have been a lot of people who've looked into this. Some of them, there's in fact one really famous research program which took people from all over the world, different groups of people, and asked them to do one simple thing in a certain amount of time, which was just build a tower out of spaghetti and some string and a marshmallow, just the kinds of stuff you could find in your kitchen. So they had all these different groups. They had one group of nurses, one group of software engineers, a group of teachers, different kinds of groups of people. And the group that absolutely crushed all the competition. Nobody saw it coming. It was a group of kindergartners. Kindergartners were beating out college-educated people, experienced people, people who built things for a living. These kindergartners walked up there and they just wiped everybody out. And the researchers thought, how are they doing this when all these other groups are coming up with some good products, but not nearly as good as the kindergartners? So they looked at a lot of things, and they looked at the number of times, how often did that tower fall over? How often did they have a failed tower before they had a successful one? And they found out that whatever the age group, the more times it fell over, the better that final project was, the higher that tower got. And it's because every time it falls over, they learned. They built it new and they built it better. The groups that spent most of their time figuring out, okay, well, do I want to put this idea forward? Is this the right idea? Or, oh, I said that, so now I better defend it, even if there might be a better idea out there. Those are the groups that didn't do as well. The ones who just had fun, who just built the thing, who let it fall down 100 times and built it back up 101 times, those were the groups that really, really had the success. So that's what I want for all of you, especially this year. This year, more than any other year, we're going to be trying new things. There is no other freshman class in history that's experienced a year like this. There is no roadmap for us. We're trying new things. Your teachers are going to be trying new things. This will be a great year to fail our way to success and have a lot of fun doing it. That's the key. And speaking of good places to have some fun failing and finding your peers and doing all kinds of great things, here comes Danny. Miss Mundell, she's going to tell us about some clubs you can get involved with and some good ways to meet people. Here you go, Miss Mundell.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. So one thing we as educators know, and especially talking with seniors and students who have graduated, is the best way to enjoy your high school experience is to get involved. The more that you invest into the school, that you connect to the school, as your time continues, you are just going to experience more happiness, more excitement coming to school, and more activity within the walls. So there's a lot of ways to get involved at Jackson. We have a lot of different clubs that are beginning to pick back up as the school year gets started. And especially this upcoming week on the website, we'll start posting information as how to join those clubs. We have many different athletics available at Jackson, and we know this year so far is looking a little bit unique, but this past week we pushed out an email to all students and their families just with some updates around athletics. We want to encourage you, if you are interested in being a part of Jackson Athletics in any of the sports that we offer, to go onto our athletics website and register with Rank 1. And what we do is we give that email list to our coaches so that they can pass information to you electronically. The best way to stay up to date is to register. We have an open coaching window that starts on September 28th, and that way they can start contacting you with some sport-specific information. So make sure you register. And we also have student interest groups. One thing through the remote learning is we wanted to make sure that we had ways for you all to connect with other students who have similar interests that you do. So we'll start popping those up with some staff members and students throughout different times like lunch times. And if there's something where you're checking out the clubs list or the student have, and you don't see something that maybe is an interest of yours, contact us. We're happy to do the footwork to get that student interest group started so that you can connect with other students who like to do things that you do. One of my former schools, we had a bread eating club. And I thought, a bread eating club, really? And it was wildly popular. These students love to get together and eat bread. Who knew? I have a couple staff members already who want to start a bread eating club. Maybe they'll stop by Panera and grab some on their way in. I don't know. The key point is to find a way to get connected through our athletics, our clubs, or activities. If you're not sure, try it and don't come back to it. You can try another one the next day or another one. Or you can just dip your toes in the water as we get things rolling with volunteering with some of the different activities or things that we have going on. It's not like a sign up and you're stuck with it forever thing. So I encourage you to try new things, get involved so that as you continue to get older and you look back at your time at Jackson as a senior, you will be grateful that you did. I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Bala for one last thing.
Thank you, Ms. Medell. I want to do one last round of thank yous before we close here and provide a little bit more information. I want to thank Mr. Eric Hines, assistant principal. I don't know if you noticed, but he did major in broadcasting when he was in college, and you can tell it in his voice. So I want to hear just a round of honks for Mr. Hines' announcer voice. Awesome. And I know we're thanking these people, but we can't thank them enough. Our ASB leaders, our Link Crew leaders, and our Key Club leaders. Our students are why we are here. We're here for them. We're here for you, freshmen. So one more round for our students. And finally, I do want to thank the staff members who have been here today, because like us, like me, they want to do whatever we can to follow our theme this year at Jackson High School as a staff, and it's behind me here on the screen. We are the bridge. We know we've got a digital chasm to cross. We know this is unusual and unique, but we are not about excuse making. We are about figuring it out and figuring out how best to reach across that divide and make sure that you feel connected to your learning, connected to your peers, connected to your school, that you know you are a part of the pack if you are a Timberwolf. I want to hear one more round for being a part of the pack, freshmen. Beautiful. And as we end today, parents, I want to remind you that we don't mail a lot of things home because information becomes obsolete so quickly. So make sure you continue to check our website to make sure we have updated information so you're getting our Connect Ed phone calls and texts and emails, and that you make sure you follow us, because one thing we're going to get better at is we need more followers on our Twitter pages. We need more people knowing about us and shouting us out and understanding the amazing people we have in this school. And you are the next generation of Timberwolves. Parents, thank you. Thank you for coming out on a Saturday, trusting us to hopefully provide you with some entertainment, some information, and some introductions to our school. Welcome to the pack. Have an amazing day. Drive carefully. We'll see you next time. Honking horns one more time. Here we go.
Welcome back. Oh, yeah, man. How you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style from me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. Word debut, I know they gon' fame. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs.